Hello and welcome. Today we are going to look at the Soffront CRM version 10, and we're going to take a look at how to modify forms on the Soffront CRM. For instance, we are looking at a form right now, which is the new leads record form. And let's say we wanted to modify this leads form into something different. In order to modify any form on the Soffront CRM, we would be utilizing the Soffront Forms Designer. Now, let us see how we can bring up the Forms Designer. So we click on the upper right corner where we have the name of the current logged in user. There's a menu right here which opens up, and you can click on Setup. Now, Setup opens up in a new tab, which helps you to keep everything else that you were working on open, so you can modify forms without necessarily losing your work. So in the setup screen right here, we have a tree of different functions within the Soffront CRM. We would be expanding the project setup right here, which has a whole lot of list items right here, and one of them is the Forms Designer. Now, you would be seeing two forms. One is saying Forms and Forms DHTML. Forms is our legacy Forms Designer tool, which would need a Microsoft ActiveX control. So ideally, if you're using Forms tool, you would have to use Internet Explorer. However, we have a new Forms Designer tool, which is the DHTML, and this runs on any browser. So I would recommend using this one. This is pretty powerful. So let us try to see the Forms DHTML. We click on that, and immediately we are taken to a management area. So on this management area, you will find that on the top, there are form names. Earlier, we were looking at the leads form, and we wanted to modify the leads form. So let's take a look at the leads form in the Forms Designer mode. So we simply select leads over here. Now, when we select the form name leads, there's a whole bunch of forms which start showing up. Now, you might be wondering what these forms are and why are they even there. The form, this section actually holds both the main form, which essentially has all the fields which are there on the leads table, which is the backend repository for the leads form. The other ones that you are seeing right here, which is this leads customer, leads promote, leads qualify, submit, view. All these are essentially subforms. They are more like view. So these subforms have a subset of all the fields which are there in the main form. Now, let's take a look and see how we can modify this form. So let's take a look at select the main form and click on Edit. As soon as we click on Edit, the system opens up the Forms Designer in a new tab and gives us access to the Forms Designer canvas and all the fields in an editable mode. This is a completely drag and drop environment where you can move anything around any part of the canvas. So since you have access to the full canvas, you can place and organize fields in your own way. You can move a field, you can resize a field as per your own liking and position a field. You can even select two fields and adjust the size of these two fields. You can select multiple fields by holding down the control button on your keyboard and essentially make them the same size. For instance, if you wanted to reduce them, make the size of these fields to match the smaller one, we would click on this. And if you wanted to match the larger one, then we click on this. So in this case, I would simply match the smaller one, and there we go. Now, let's say we wanted to add new fields on this form. We can do so very, very easily. we would need to first decide on what type of field we want to add. If it's a text field, we have text right here, which will let you add a text field. If it's a list type field, then you add a list field right here. Each of these two field types have various other types of fields or properties. As you would see, whenever you highlight the text type field, it shows what all different types or properties you would be able to utilize this text field for. So for instance, you would be able to use unique ID, text type, integer type, and all of these, currency, date, time, all of these with this type of field. Let's try adding one. So right here, I clicked on the AB right here, the text type field, and there is a field right here ready for me. I'll just put it right here just to have that unique. Now it says field 35. It makes no sense to me at all. So we either highlight it and click on properties, show and change property, or you simply double click over here and it opens up the property page for this field. Now here you would be able to create the name, which is going to go in the leads table. So let's say I add the product of interest, though that field is there, but I'm just simply taking this as an example. So right here, this is a product, and we add a label corresponding to the name of the field, which will be visible to the users. So we call this product name. So that's a field which we have. Oh, I have a duplicate one. So let's say product N, maybe. So that's because it gave me that warning that system is smart. So it knows exactly that there is a field right here, as you can see, which says product. So it's actually a duplicate field I was creating. So right here, I have created a field which I can resize, I can move, and all I have to do is hit the save button right here, and my user interface will be created and saved on the CRM. And the best part of this is this field that I've just added on the leads form can be utilized for reporting, just like it would behave just like any standard field which we have provided out of the box. It's no different from any other fields that is already existing in the CRM. Now, let's take a look at a list field. Now, this is a text field, so users would be able to type on this and enter product names. What if we wanted to create a list field? So let's get rid of this. We have the remove icon right here, which lets me remove it. And for list field, I would click over here, which is list type, and it creates another field 35 right here. So I'll just move this around right here, and this is the list. Again, properties, you can double click and it opens up the property right here. I have the name. So here I fill in the field name, which is, let's say, product in, just like before, just to avoid duplicates. So I say product name. And if you see this, this is an interesting type of field where you can add products of your choice from within that list. So we can say product 1 and product 2 and so on right here, and it creates a list of products. But what if we wanted to have a standardized product list in the system, and you wanted to just simply refer to that product name and populate this list instead of typing one product name at a time? This is very, very important because sometimes you wanted to add a new product. You wouldn't want to go into every single form and add the product name there. You would like to maintain a centralized product list. And that's exactly how we have designed the system. We already have a centralized table for products. So let's just get rid of these. And we select something called external right here. And as soon as we select external, the UI over here or user interface changes, which lets me select any table within the CRM database. So we would be able to select product, And so here we can select some days. So over here, let's select product right here, and we select name of the product. And we can decide whether we want to make this field a strict field, which means basically it would not let users add any values to this list. So we just simply make it strict. And there are a whole lot of properties right here: strict, external, multiple selection, and things like that. It also tells over here, do you want to add this field automatically to all the subforms? So you can check this and it will automatically add this field to all the subforms. And then you can decide whether these are also validation. So if you want to make this field a required field so the users must fill it up when they're submitting a lead, you can check this box, non-editable, so it becomes non-editable, very self-implied. These are all implied labels, so you can check these and validate the application, validate this in order to validate this field. So we click on that, and there we go. Our product name field is ready, and all we have to do is hit save, and our form would be saved. So that's how we modify a form on a Soffront CRM. I hope this information was helpful. We would be covering the other interesting points like this on our next session. So stay tuned. Thank you.